più tra i farfalloni amoroso.
Rigatoni. Buongiorno, buonasera, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Thank you so much for being here. Grazie. Grazie. I am Georgia, I'm half Italian. I love my food. I love cooking, so I'm having a bit of fun sharing some recipes with you. And today I'm going to show you a vegetarian dish, pasta all'ortolana, which means pasta from your orto, from your garden patch, if you have one, that is. I mean, you don't have to be vegetarian, you just need to like vegetables. I'm not vegetarian, but I love my veg. It's super tasty and pretty simple. So let's get on with it. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it and if you try the recipe, and switch the notification bell on. So let's get on with it. Okay, so what do we need for the pasta all'ortolana? Onion, cipolla, and a garlic. 1 clove, peppers, pepperoni. I have peperone rosso, peperone giallo. You can use green if you like it, but I do 1 red, 1 yellow. 2 courgettes or zucchine. This was in my last video too. If you haven't watched it, I will link it up here because that's super tasty. That's not vegetarian. 1 carrot, 1 aubergine or melanzana. I love a good melanzana. Celery, we just need 1 celery stick. Basil, if you have fresh basil, amazing. Basilico. It smells so good. If you don't, just use the dry one. Then we have rock salt. Like I said, you need this in the pasta. If not, the pasta doesn't have taste, if you remember. Then we have Parmigiano Reggiano, as always, grated. You always want some of that. Some big vine tomatoes. I have 4. If you've got 4, 5, 3, whatever you can do. If you haven't got any tomatoes, you can use tomato sauce. I mean pasta tomato sauce, not ketchup. Just tomato sauce. And then obviously we need pasta. So I'm using rigatoni, which are basically short pasta. They're a bit thicker than penne. I mean, you can use whatever pasta you want, but I like rigatoni, so I would do rigatoni all'ortolana. Extra virgin olive oil, you need this in your house. Then you just need a big pot, a big frying pan, which is already ready on the stove. Oh, and a good knife. So let's get chopping. Okay, so I've peeled my onion and my garlic. My garlic I'm putting in whole. I just like putting it in whole. Just remember to take it out. If not, someone's gonna be chewing a whole garlic. And then I'm just gonna chop my onion finely. I'm terrible. I'm probably gonna start crying any minute now. I must remember to get my swimming goggles next time. The basis of a lot of Italian sauces is called soffritto. I'm sorry. Oh my God. How do people on TV shows manage without crying? The basis of a lot of Italian pasta sauces is called soffritto, where basically you do onion, chop up 1 carrot and 1 celery and fry it all together. So that's why we need the carrot and the celery, and that goes in all at the same time. So I'm gonna peel and chop my carrot and 1 stripe of celery. Whichever way you find it easiest to chop the carrot very fine. Go crazy with a knife. Okay, so you can make this soffritto, the onion, carrot and celery, in a mini chopper, mini blender. It can do it for you a lot quicker. But in Italy, we are never in a rush. Next, zucchine. Okay, so I'm gonna dice the courgette. The longest part of this recipe is just prepping all the veg, peeling it and chopping it. The rest is really simple. Okay, we're gonna dice the pepperoni, the melanzana, and even the tomatoes, I pomodori. Okay, I pepperoni, we cut them in half. I pull the seeds out with my hands. You can use a knife and cut it out like this, but I end up cutting off my hands, so I just go. And then just rinse under the water. Okay, and now we chop away. I discovered the other day that peppers are a really good source of vitamin D. So we should all be taking vitamin D. If you don't, make sure you eat a pepper a day. Okay, look at that. Next we have la melanzana, which is great. Let's take the sticker off. And again, we dice this. Same thing with aubergine. You can put some salt on to let the water come out, okay? You don't have to do it. My mother says she doesn't do it. So I get some salt. Just put a tiny bit on, okay? Like this. And it just lets all the water come out. So we leave it sit there. It's the last thing sort of to go in the pan. And finally, the tomato. Dice, 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 dice. How many times am I gonna repeat this? If you don't know how to make fresh tomato sauce, and I don't mean ketchup, I mean pasta tomato sauce, let me know and I will try doing it next time because it's so simple. Tomatoes like this on bruschetta. Oh my God. Come here. It's very simple. Voila. Pomodoro finito. Now, let's get cooking. Extra virgin olive oil, as much as you like. Heat the oil a little bit, and then we throw in the soffritto and the garlic, which is here. Yeah. We let all of that brown, and then we'd be ready to add in the peppers and the courgettes. So you don't always have to make the sofrito. You can make pasta all'ortolana or any pasta without the carrots and the celery. You can just use the onion and the garlic. But if you have the carrot and the celery, I would use it. So once you see that the onions and everything else is sort of softening and browning, we'll throw in the peperoni. I mean, this just looks so appealing. Oh, look at that. Give it a stir, and then we'll cover it with a glass of water. Salt on. And pepper too. Why not? Okay, so this is when I would add half a stock, because it will add just a little bit of flavour. So I'm going to use it to boil. And then we'll leave it like this about 5 minutes. Next we're going to add the aubergine. I mean, if you put the salt, you can see the water coming out. You can give them a bit of a squeeze before we add them in. Once the melanzana is in, we'll cover it again for about 5 to 7 minutes. Looking good. I'm going to cover it again. Okay, now everything's covered. I'm going to get the water to boil. Okay, don't forget your rock salt for the pasta. This is the smell of heaven. Water is boiling. Time for some rock salt. And of course, don't forget the pasta. Rigatoni. It says 12 minutes. I'm never confident with the time it says on there, so I always put 9 minutes on my timer and then taste it and then just go from there, because sometimes it goes way too soft. Also, you're meant to weigh it, but also don't forget to cover so it boils faster. Don't put the timer on until the water started boiling again. Okay, so once you think the vegetables are ready, I would switch the fire like just to really low. So the timer's gone off. I'm going to try the pasta. Should really have 3 minutes left, but I think an extra 2 minutes and then we're ready. Time to drain. We're gonna put the pasta in the sauce. Go back over here. Pull this out. Oh, look at that. Go like this. Voila. What we can do is, because it's quite a lot of pasta and a lot of sauce, we'll then try putting it back in. Don't forget the finishing touches. Cheese. Voila. Finito. Get ready to eat. Take a seat. Buon appetito. So that was absolutely delicious. Don't forget the parmigiano at the end. Let me know in the comments if you tried it, if you enjoyed it, if you didn't, if you have any suggestions. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and switch the notification bell on. I will see you next Sunday with another video.